everyone, and thank you for joining me for episode 6 of Sketchbook Sunday. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with oil paint and painting itself, and I decided to see if I can get away with using oil paint in my moleskine sketchbook, which is intended for drawings. Am I insane? Probably, but the answer is yes. I can basically use oil paint on my sketchbook. All I did was I applied about 1 to 2 layers of gesso to the page and let it dry, and it does warp the page slightly, but so does watercolor, and I've been using that, so I don't really care about the warping all that much. It can flatten out over time. I used only Galkyd as the medium since Galkyd decreases the drying time by a lot, and obviously these are really quick studies. I'm not like pouring several days or weeks into a single sketchbook page. This was just meant to be something quick that I can finish in like 30 minutes to a maximum of 2 or 3 hours. So I'm definitely going to be doing these a lot more, and I also enjoy keeping track of the colors I use so I can just sample them and write them somewhere on the top of the page or to the side. I think it's really fun to create these studies this way, for me at least. And I've associated oil painting so much with the final result, like something presentable that I will sell at some point, and I've also associated it with a giant time commitment, and this kind of takes a lot of pressure off for me. It reminds me of painting before I was a full-time artist, before having a finished product in oil was absolutely necessary for my survival, when I could just create art that I knew I probably wasn't going to sell. And I'm not complaining by any means. I absolutely love oil painting and spending all the time that I do creating my oil paintings, and I love selling my work and shipping it across the world and across the country, and I'm so grateful and extremely lucky to be able to do this full time. But I also really like the feeling of having that little break from the discipline and the pressure of all my work, and I can really just play. And playing is something I've been preaching to you guys, like play with the paint, just have fun with it. And here I am slaving away to only finished products and not giving myself enough time to quote unquote play, if you will. And it can be mentally tiring sometimes. So this was really nice, and I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more of these studies since there's really just no pressure. It's like one layer, it's quick, it's kind of freeing, and I really enjoyed it. I don't think I'll be filling up my entire sketchbook with these. It does thicken the paper to some degree. So like I imagine if my entire sketchbook was filled up, it would be like a really huge thick sketchbook, but we'll see. The downside is you have to leave the page open for like a day or two to make sure that the painting is completely dry so you can actually close your sketchbook. And that's really the only downside, but Galkyd does speed it up. I think like 2 days is probably the maximum that I had to wait. I'm still going to work with pencil and charcoal and watercolor, obviously, but it's fun to sprinkle these little oil studies into my sketchbook here and there. And if you gesso the page, the oil paint will not seep through to the other side, which it will if you don't gesso the page. And so far, it hasn't. Maybe I'll update you guys later, like once a few weeks pass, to see how these oil sketches hold up. So we'll see. Another interesting thing is that these have gotten an overwhelmingly positive response on Instagram and social media. Like sometimes even more so than my finished oil paintings that I spend several weeks or months on. And I noticed this with like charcoal sketches too, and I find it really interesting. Like people seem to really appreciate a really simple, maybe raw kind of feel to a sketch. I'm not sure why, but let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your input. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little sketchbook portrait study in oil. I definitely enjoyed creating it. Thank you so much for watching my art videos. I've been doing my best to upload more on this channel, and I really appreciate your support and your feedback, and everyone who watches my videos, every single one of you. I'm so thankful to have you. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.